Hello, my beautiful baddies. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dylan James. I'm a mindset coach that loves to focus on relationships. And before we get into today's video, remember that life is not happening to you, but happening through you. When you become the change you seek to experience, you're going to experience that change everywhere you go. And you are showing the world how to treat you based off of the identity you're in, how you're showing up, how you're responding, how you're perceiving, the behaviors you're materializing, the example you are setting. Today's video, we're going to talk about how your fear of being seen can be one of the things that really gets in the way of you being able to create your dream life. And before we get into this topic, I want to preface this by saying I am not, I don't want this to be affirming for you. Okay, so if you struggle with being seen, this is something you can adjust and it is something that you deserve to adjust. But again, I want to make sure that you understand there are solutions to this. And if you have struggled with anything I'm about to talk about, do not look at this and let this video reaffirm to you that you cannot overcome this or that you identify as somebody that struggles with being seen. We just have to be open and honest about these topics and see and assess where we currently are so that we can make those adjustments. Because in my opinion, you deserve to be seen, you deserve to be loved, you deserve to succeed. And even if that means sometimes people may have varying opinions about that, we on this my little corner of the internet, the little Dylan James area of the internet, we are not going to allow people's opinions, our fears, what society may think to get in the way of us being able to create what we want because we don't want to be seen. No, you deserve to be seen. You deserve to live the life that you desire and that you dream of. And that is going to, in my opinion, require you to step into new ways of operating, to not care what people think, and to be audacious with what you do. And this aligns with the content I've been putting out previously. Again, I'm going to reference it again, the 100% challenge, being audacious with your goals, really, again, knowing that fortune favors the bold. So, in that regard, I'm going to start off with why the fear of being seen can create issues and what that really looks like from a behavioral standpoint, but when we're getting stuck in certain patterns within our life. And this, in my opinion, too, can really correlate to behaviors like procrastination or self-sabotage. But the fear of being seen can, again, is essentially when you're going into different environments, if there's a certain level of success that we desire to achieve, or a certain level of closeness that we desire to achieve, that is going to require us to be vulnerable, to be present, to allow our work to be seen or to allow our personality to be seen. And when we are going into these environments, if at some subconscious level we fear those things, we're going to find it becomes very difficult for us to step into that version of ourself where we can maintain those conversations in a comfortable manner, where we can go up to people and create new opportunities, where we can see those opportunities and actually take them, where we can be audacious and take risks and put ourselves in those environments to begin with. So when we're looking at the fear of being seen, this can translate in so many different ways where essentially you get in your own way as a protective mechanism. And this could stem from so many different things. We don't really need to get into the psychoanalysis of past experiences and how they may have impacted your ability to be seen, but we just want to recognize why this is important. And I'm going to be putting out more specific meditations with you normalizing being seen, your body normalizing being seen. But before we, obviously that's going to be coming after this video. What's relevant right now is really, I'm going to encourage you to look at the things you want to create within your life and your recent past experiences to see if there have been moments where you've stopped yourself, if there have been moments where you've procrastinated, if there's been moments where you've gotten close to success, but really notice yourself pull back in whatever you're doing because there was this underlying emotion or feeling of, oh my gosh, what if I actually achieve this? What if I actually get close to this person? What if I actually get this money amount or this career, whatever it may be? What if I'm actually seen? Right? So, again, this is something for you to personally assess because I'm going to tell you right now, as you can even see through my own example, in order to create success in my own life, I had to be audacious enough to see experiences or opportunities and to allow myself to move towards them. And I didn't do that perfectly. This is where having a healthy foundation is important, realizing that it's okay to make mistakes and having beliefs that allow for you to learn from your mistakes rather than internalize them and use your mistakes to beat yourself up. But from my own experience, I had to allow myself, even right now, to be seen. So I don't understand. That doesn't, I understand. I have two thoughts that I want to say right now. Being seen does not always correlate to, again, being famous or being on platforms, right? We can create success in our life in a way that we personally enjoy. So I don't want you to conflict being seen with being in the public spotlight. I just happen to be posting myself online and talking about these topics in a way that requires me to be seen in a public manner. So I want you to understand that. But being seen, again, does come into account when we are looking at our personal success, when we're looking at opportunities, when we're looking at personal relationships. And I'm going to reiterate this point. We want to make sure we have a solid foundation in place so our discernment is on point, our ability to uphold boundaries is on point, our standards are on point. So we're not moving towards things that are unhealthy, that will just reaffirm why it's not safe to be seen. But once we can smooth those things over, the reason why allowing yourself to be seen is important, and I already touched on this a little bit, is because that success you want in your life is, in my opinion, going to require you to not care what other people may think, especially when we're looking at things like money. Okay, when we're looking at interpersonal success within relationships, everybody's going to have an opinion, and some people may cast judgment on you, especially if you are building more money in your life. And every single moment, there is an opportunity to make money. And where some of you are getting in your own way is you're allowing people's opinions to get in the way of seizing those opportunities. Or when we're looking at relationships, we're allowing people's opinions or their perceived opinions to stop us from being open and receptive. We're allowing specific individual people to build our belief system and say, this is not possible for us because I had this bad experience over here. So again, we want to clean up that foundation of our belief system. But once we clean that up, we want to be able to put ourselves out there and say, no, I am creating success in my life. I'm seizing opportunities. Every moment is a moment for me to create money in my life. I'm going to be resourceful now, and I'm going to use what I can and be audacious and put myself out there and be in that energy of I am money. I deserve money. I deserve to be seen. I am loved. I am prioritized. I'm chosen. I deserve a healthy, loving relationship. I deserve to be seen in a vulnerable, loving way. And my body can normalize that. My body accepts it. So being seen again can translate in so many different ways. Even when we're looking at success, being able to accept rewards, being able to speak publicly, right? If there's a part of me that doesn't feel like I deserve to be in spaces, to be seen, to be acknowledged, my voice doesn't matter, then it's going to be very difficult for me to allow myself to even get to a point where I can receive a reward, let alone go up and accept it and allow myself to be celebrated. So in today's video, what I really want you to take away from this is understanding that you deserve to create a life you love and you deserve to be seen. And that may be just the one thing that needs to be adjusted so that you can wake up and be like, no, I'm going out there. I'm doing that. I'm taking that opportunity. And even if this doesn't necessarily pan out the way that I want, I can overcome, I can achieve. There's other opportunities I deserve to be seen. I'm going to be so present. I'm going to be so loud. I'm going to take up so much space that success has no choice but to materialize in my life. You cannot ignore me. I will be consistent. I deserve to be here. I deserve money. I deserve love. I deserve success. You want to approach life in that manner and not care what anybody could think. And I know you guys have actually seen this example even online with social media where people just allow themselves to be seen and post and post and post and post. They may not be perfect. They make mistakes, they stumble, but they still show up. They allow themselves to, they don't care. I think it's so funny because nowadays, you'll go outside and like people will full blown have their little selfie stick, be recording on the side of the street. People just walking past them. They don't care. I don't care what your opinion is. You're not getting in the way of my success. And that really comes down to being comfortable being seen, having that grounded self-esteem and confidence that says nothing can get in my way. There are so many opportunities available. I don't have to subscribe to a life where I struggle. I may have to get creative. I may have to be audacious, but I deserve to be seen and I deserve that success. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Implementing this, right? I know that sounds beautiful. It sounds motivating. I'm giving you all a pep talk right now. The application of this comes down to, though, regulating your nervous system, doing that belief work consistently, because repetition is what creates results. And with enough time, exposing yourself and following through with embodying that way of identifying. So this is not a fake it till you make it thing. There is a systematic approach that you can take here, which is, again, regulating your nervous system and exposing your mind to those beliefs so that you can begin to adopt that way of thinking and behaving so it becomes natural. Okay? All right. So that was today's topic. Again, our theme, I guess, it has become being audacious, right? And allowing yourself to be seen, allowing yourself to succeed. And I will be putting out meditations that align with this. You'll see them on my page soon. Until then, I hope you all have a beautiful day, night time, wherever you are. Stay safe in the world. And until next time, till our next little chat with each other, be kind to yourself. Okay? All right. I love you all so much, and I will see you all later.